this video, we're going over the new top 5 meta loadouts here in Black Ops 6. I will be going over both 5 as well as gunfighter class setups. Let's get into it. And by the way, if you need help leveling up all your weapons but don't have enough time to play, Mitch Cactus has you covered. They offer services such as max leveling all of your weapons and even unlocking camo challenges all the way up to dark matter. So for cheap, reliable, and safe Black Ops 6 services, check out Mitch Cactus, and you can use my discount code EARS to save off your purchase. Link is at the top of the description. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the AMES 85, one of the easiest to use assault rifles in the entire game, and it also received a buff this update. For the optic, the Kepler Microflex is going to be the best choice. Clean, simple, incredibly easy to use. For the muzzle, we are going to be running the suppressor to keep us off the mini-map when firing. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel, giving us both improved damage range as well as bullet velocity for very fast and consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to be rolling with the G grips. We can have improved recoil stabilization, horizontal recoil control, as well as hipfire to ADS accuracy, a nice attachment. For the magazine on the AMES 85, luckily we can rock the extended mag 2 choice, giving us a very healthy 60 rounds. For the rear grip on all assault rifle loadouts, I recommend putting on the commando grip, which is going to be bumping up additional aim down sight speed, jumping sprint to fire speed altogether, and jumping aim down sight speed. Nice to have. For the stock, we are going to be rolling with the infiltrator stocks. We can have that maximum aim walking movement speed. We can walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to be running recoil springs to further smooth out that recoil pattern, giving us improved horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. This is a very nice 8 attachment loadout. I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this because the AMES 85 is seriously a point and shoot solution. We have fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and quite literally no recoil whatsoever. You're going to be dominating lobbies with this class setup. I highly recommend checking it out, and it also received a buff in Warzone, so definitely give this loadout a try. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, what you are going to have to do is remove the G grip. In all reality, it's not necessary on the AMES. We're also going to go ahead and remove the extended mag 2 option and recoil springs. This is going to be a very basic class setup, but it is still going to get the job done. As you can see, the handling is still nice, and we are going to have controllable recoil, one of the best assault rifles in the entire game. I would recommend going ahead and running this so you can punish people no matter where they are on the map, and also stay stealthy, which is going to be a massive, massive W. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the LC-10. Overall, a solid submachine gun, arguably one of the best weapons in the entire game. For the optic, we are going to be running the Kepler Microflex, but if you don't like this, feel free to put on the V-Reflex. Both are great. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be running the compensator to bump up additional vertical recoil control. You are going to love this attachment. For the barrel, we are going to use long barrel to improve that damage range, giving us a very fast and consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the Ranger foregrip on this specific loadout to improve horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed, a massive W. We are going to be running a bunch of recoil controlling attachments, so there's no need to go ahead and put on the G grip. For the magazine, we're going to be using extended mag 2, giving us a very healthy 55 rounds. For the rear grip on all SMG loadouts, I highly recommend putting on the ergonomic grip. This is amazing, improving that dive to fire speed, slide to fire speed, aim down sight speed, as well as jumping aim down sight speed. You can't go wrong with this. For the stock, we are going to be utilizing the balance stock, which is incredible on the LC-10, giving us strafing movement speed altogether, hipfire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. This is nice coupled with the Ranger foregrip. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are going to run a fire mods, and recoil springs are great, helping us with more recoil control. This is going to be a point and shoot solution, just like the AMES 85, and the LC-10 arguably is going to be an AR SMG hybrid. You can see fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and this weapon has legitimately 0 recoil, just like the AMES 85. Overall, one of the best SMGs to use in the entire game. I highly recommend checking out this loadout. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, no big deal. You are going to be removing the Kepler Microflex. You're going to be taking away the balanced stock as well as the recoil springs. This is still going to be a solid loadout because, as you can see, we still have great handling as well as controllable recoil. One of the best SMGs to use in the entire game, and we're going to have an LMG-sized magazine, which is absolutely incredible. This is why the LC-10 is running the show. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the GPR91. This assault rifle is insanely underrated. 0 recoil with the right loadout. For the optic, we are going to be running the Kepler Microflex. Now, for the muzzle, I highly recommend putting on the compensator to bump up the vertical recoil control. We unfortunately need it, but this is going to be removing a lot of the recoil on this weapon. For the barrel, we are going to be running the reinforced barrel, bumping up both damage range and bullet velocity. Overall, a great attachment. For the underbarrel, we are going to be using the G grip here. For the magazine on the GPR91, extended mag 2 actually is not going to destroy this weapon's handling, so 60 rounds is going to be a huge plus. For the rear grip on all assault rifle loadouts, I highly recommend putting on the commando grip. For the stock, we are going to be rolling with the infiltrator stock to bump up additional aim walking movement speed. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to be running rapid fire to improve that fire rate, because this also received a buff this update, making the GPR incredibly easy to use. Once you go ahead and set up this loadout, you're going to be very happy, because in the firing range, you're going to see we have a fast sprint out, ADS aim walking movement speed, which is literally just as fast as SMG aim walking movement speed, as well as no recoil. Overall, a fantastic loadout. I highly recommend going ahead and checking out here in multiplayer, and definitely here in Warzone. This is actually the #1 long-range meta weapon, so give this a try. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, what you are going to do is remove the commando grip. Believe it or not, you're also going to go ahead and remove the infiltrator stock, as well as rapid fire. The reason we're going to go ahead and take off the commando grip is because this weapon's handling is still nice. Yeah, we can go ahead and run it with the 8 attachment build, but as you can see, we're still going to have good handling without it, and we are still going to have controllable recoil. So definitely go ahead and give this a try. This is one of the best assault rifles in the entire game, especially in Warzone, so definitely don't sleep on it. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the LADRA, one of the fastest SMGs in the entire game. You're going to love this loadout. Now, for the optic, even though the iron sights are amazing, you can put on the Kepler Microflex. For the muzzle, we are going to be using the compensator. This is definitely necessary on the LADRA. For the barrel, we are going to run the long barrel, giving us the max damage range so we can get a fast time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to be rolling with the G grip. This is nice, improving that recoil stabilization, horizontal recoil, and hipfire ADS accuracy. We're going to need this with the submachine gun. For the magazine, we are going to be running the extended mag 2 option when you are rocking 8 attachments, so we can have 56 rounds, definitely necessary on the LADRA. For the rear grip, we are going to be rolling with the ergonomic grip, like we do on all SMG class setups. For the stock, we are going to be rolling with the balanced stock, so we can have that improved strafing movement speed, hipfire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. This is good just like it is on the LC10. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are going to run recoil springs to further improve the recoil control. Overall, a great loadout here. We're going to have a mixture of accuracy as well as damage. As you can see, we have a great sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and we are going to be dealing with controllable recoil. Definitely go ahead and give the LADRA a try if you're looking for a gunfighter setup that you can absolutely dominate with. You don't have to run the gunfighter setup, but this is definitely a worthwhile attachment loadout, because you can destroy, as you can see, at any and all ranges. This goes from one of the highest recoil SMGs to one of the lowest. Now, if you only want to run 5 attachments, what you are going to have to do is remove the Kepler Microflex. You're going to remove the balanced stock as well as recoil springs. This is going to be a nice loadout here, because we are going to be dealing with similar handling as well as recoil control. This is honestly what I would prefer to go ahead and run, because you're going to have access to additional perks as well as streaks, which can definitely lead you to more kills. So give this a go if you're trying to cook lobbies and absolutely dominate players no matter where they are on the map. And finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the Krieg, one of the hardest hitting assault rifles in the entire game. Definitely do not sleep on this. For the optic, we are going to be running the Kepler Microflex. Clean, simple, easy to use, but you can put on the V Reflex if you don't like the Kepler. For the muzzle, we're going to be rocking the compensator. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel, it's nice to have on the G grip here for that improved recoil control. For the magazine, we are going to run extended mag 2 so we can have 70 rounds. It's going to be borderline SMG, LMG, AR, hybrid. You can do whatever you want with the Krieg. For the rear grip, we are going to be running the commando grip. For the stock, we are going to be using the infiltrator stock. And then finally, for the fire mods, we are 100% running recoil springs, so we can have improved recoil control. This is going to be a nice 8 attachment loadout. You can't go wrong with the Krieg C, because we are going to have a fast sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, as well as controllable recoil. This weapon did receive a buff this update, so definitely go ahead and check this out. We can get 3-shot kills to the head, which is amazing. You're really going to be dominating lobbies with the assault rifle. As you can see, there literally is no recoil. And if you only want to run 5 attachments, what you are going to have to do is remove the extended mag 2, the infiltrator stock, as well as the recoil springs. This is going to be a very basic class setup, but it is going to be putting in work because we still have great handling as well as controllable recoil. Definitely give this a go if you're trying to dominate lobbies with the Krieg. It's one of the best assault rifles in the entire game. I know a lot of you guys are going to be punishing players and honestly dropping a lot of nukes, or at least some high kill gameplays, so it makes you do not sleep on this assault rifle. These are going to be the top 5 meta loadouts to use right now here in Black Ops 6. For the remainder of all of my loadouts, I always rock the Strider Point 22 with the 3-round burst mod. This is a great secondary to run just in case you run out of ammo. You can always fall back on this. We are using the knife, and we are going to be running the stim shot, the blast trap, the assault pack, and I highly recommend running flak jacket, dispatcher, bankroll, and obviously gunfighter if you're running more than 5 attachments on your loadout. Now, if you don't want to run gunfighter, feel free to go ahead and run perk greed. There are a number of great options. You can rock the slipstream perk, hunter's instinct. You can use scavenger. You can go ahead and put on ghost. You can rock shadow. But if you do go ahead and put on shadow to evade setting off the mines or any type of annoyance on the map, you are going to have access to the strategist specialty, which is going to be giving you more score and playing the objective, which means more streaks, more kills, and potentially your first nuke. And I think that definitely sounds good. But if it were me, I would go ahead and put on high roller, because we are going to have access to 4 streaks. And the most overpowered streak combination in the entire game is going to be the UAV. You also want to go ahead and put on the Grim Reaper. You want to go ahead and utilize the War Machine as well as the Harp. Because if you do go ahead and run the Grim Reaper and the War Machine, they're both going to be counting toward the nuke. So if you get 10 kills in your Grim Reaper and then 10 kills in your War Machine, let's say you already had 10 kills to begin with, you already have your nuke. If these class setups help you out and you dominate some lobbies, come back to this video and let me know down in the comment section. If you guys enjoy, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Catch you guys in the next one.